Thank you very much, Dr. Kaushal Kant Mishra, for joining us, spokesperson of the BJP. Good to have you on the show. C.R. Keswan, national spokesperson of the BJP. Thank you very much. Ashutosh Ranka from the Aam Aadmi Party. Good to have you on the show. Good morning. Lavanya Balal, good morning, spokesperson of the Congress Party.
Good morning.
Again, looking at a doom and gloom sort of situation in Delhi. Good morning to you. Ruhi, you continue to be here. Parvinder Singh Sethi is with us. And our friend Tehseen is back with us.
How are you, Shreya?
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Fabulous, Ruhi, fabulous, Shreya. Good to be with you in the
How's
studio.
your party doing? Fabulous. Just look at the numbers on your screens.
I think they doubled the vote share. Which
How do you know?
I told you they won't win. Obviously, they won't. They might get one, Devendra Yadav, but they doubled the vote share.
No, right now they are not even winning one.
I'm very happy, but Aam Aadmi Party is losing. This will mean Congress will form government in BJP in Punjab.
No, you are happy that the Aam Aadmi Party is losing.
I am
You're happy that the BJP is winning.
You see, the Congress must understand that it can't be an NGO. The NGOs have destroyed, when NGOs do politics, you see what happens. Bangladesh is an example. So Congress must be a political party, and for that the Aam Aadmi Party had destroyed the Congress. If the Congress would have held back and let the Aam Aadmi Party win the third time, the Congress would be in jeopardy. So I'm glad that the Congress has fought. If the result is the Aam Aadmi Party loses, so be it. Did they care in Haryana? The 5 seats the Congress lost because of them. Did they care in Goa?
No, it's
वो
not.
करे तो चमत्कार, कांग्रेस करे तो गुनेगार.
No, but it's not.
वो
like,
करे तो रासलीला,
but
कांग्रेस करे तो कैरेक्टर ढीला. ये क्यों भाई?
But it's not like the Aam Aadmi Party is losing because of the Congress Party. The Congress Party has made absolutely no difference to
That's
their
also
lives.
because of the Delhi leadership of the Congress Party, except for Devendra Yadav. The rest of and Sandeep Dixit, the rest of them can't even win Rajya Sabhas from their own.
No, but one thing I would agree with Tehseen, which I've said earlier also in the show today, Shreya, is that the Congress, the responsibility of making some opposition party win just to get the BJP to lose is not the prime responsibility of the Congress. It has to rebuild itself. It has to reimagine its politics, for which it has to fight elections on its own. If it fights in alliances across states, its organization would be wiped out. So it doesn't work like that. I don't think Congress fighting on its own is a bad move necessarily, as long as it has a serious vision of rebuilding itself. That I'm not sure whether it does. That Tehseen can tell me better. But as long as it has that, I think it should fight elections on its own.
For Congress to rebuild itself, it needs to move from the massive tanker-like vehicle that it is. Imagine yourself on a highway and the Congress is a tanker. It's too slow to turn. There's some advantage of tanker. It should become a super bike. So you can go through the narrow lanes, you can take fast decisions. It's too old-fashioned and bureaucratic even now. Those should happen. Everything cannot be. So even the parliamentary session, the right issues should be raised. Not the issues that the old party wants. Those are the things that should be, the deadwood should be got rid of now. If that means a few election defeats, the Congress will come back stronger.
A few?
Yeah, I mean,
there has been a string of them.
कौन सा जीत रहे? So at least party को तो rebuild कर दो.
So here's the point. You know, I think the Congress Party tends to forget that it has ruled Delhi for 15 years.
And very successfully.
Very successfully, right? From there to come to deliver a duck for a third consecutive election is saying something.
Can I say something? I'm going to say something because this really pains me. Sheila Dikshit was the best chief minister this country has had, Delhi's had, by far in recent history. Who are the first people to leak stories against Sheila Dikshit? Ruhi, you've covered. You were with me in Lucknow when that story on the front page of Dainik came. Who leaked it? Somebody from Congress. You were with me. You were covering the elections. Who leaked that story? Congress. Congress has always. Who was the first one to come out against? Was it Anurag Thakur or was it the old person from Tamil Nadu in Congress who was giving out stories? So Congress, these has to change. And if you get those people, one of them wrote a book on your show, they'll say, "Hame Congress se kuch nahi diya." So that's the problem with them.
Okay, so I'm sure the spokesperson of the BJP and the Aam Aadmi Party are wondering why we are spending so much time on the Congress Party.
And Tehseen is revealing all our sources, saying that person from Tamil Nadu.
Congress has no stake in this election. Zero anda mila hai. Lavanya, let me bring you in as well before I get the others. Go ahead, please. This surely looks disappointing. I mean, what can I say? This looks disappointing for the Congress Party.
Absolutely. It is heartbreaking to watch this. I think my dear friend Tehseen made very, very valid points about the party. I wish a few of us in the party would listen to what he has to say. He makes very valid points, We are like a tanker. We are very slow to turn around like a superbike. And it is very unfortunate that Sheila Dikshit ji, who gave such a good governance for 15 years, was demonized. And at this point of time, we are failing to open even one seat, That is very, very unfortunate. Having said that, Delhi is the seat of power in India, and it would have been great for the morale of the party to have at least seen a couple of our MLAs in the Delhi cabinet. It is very unfortunate. And I'm sure Tehseen would agree with me. We always come back and say,
Okay.
Congress spokespersons, that it is time for us to go back to the drawing board and look at what is wrong and evaluate ourselves. I'm being brutally honest. I'm sure this is not going to be appreciated, but I think we have said this a million times. I think there needs to be much more than saying we will go back to the drawing board and we will form a committee. A committee will investigate what went wrong. I think there needs to be much more than that at this point of time. That's all I'm going to say. And, hats off to all those people who are winning today for the good fight. And I'm sure, we did.
So
All I'm
that will
going
be
to
the
say for our
BJP.
candidates individually is a lot of them, like Sandeep Shastri or Abhishek Dutt, have put their heart and soul. They've, tried their level best to win these elections. And I wish I'd seen them in the cabinet. It would have been great to see them in the cabinet.
Let's see, because the election commission is not giving the Congress party a lead in even a single seat. It could happen by the end of the day, who knows? But from going from duck to one, that will hardly be any achievement. Can I just then quickly get in Ashutosh Ranka, spokesperson of the Aam Aadmi Party? I'm just getting in Ashutosh Ranka, spokesperson of the Aam Aadmi Party. Ashutosh, is it time to concede that the voters of Delhi have spoken and the picture is fairly clear? Look, it is 10:30, right? The early leads are over. These are midway leads. The leads are clear. Bharatiya Janata Party 41, the Aam Aadmi Party 28. I think Delhi has spoken. Is it time for the Aam Aadmi Party to concede defeat, or do you want to wait for another hour?
Shreya, I think it's just I would still just suggest to be very, very cautious, not just for you but for everyone, because these are still very early trends. I think the picture will only become clear in next couple of hours, as you yourself said in the very beginning, that the margin has now narrowed. All our leaders who were supposedly trailing as per the early trends are now in comfortable leads. Mr. Kejriwal is leading by a couple of thousand. Mr. Sisodia is also leading. Atishi is also leading. So these are very, very early trends. The picture will only become clear in next couple of hours. I would strongly urge BJP not to give visuals which can later turn embarrassing for them. We are still very confident of winning Delhi, and we'll talk about it in next couple of hours.
Okay, so you are saying wait till what, 12:30? It's 10:30 right now. Wait till 12:30 and see if the picture changes. Dr. Kushal Kant Mishra, do you agree with that? कि अभी picture बाकी है, or according to you, do you feel that we've already seen what the climax is going to be?
Shreya, I think I would advise spokesperson of Aam Aadmi Party that these celebration is not by the BJP, it is by the citizen of the Delhi. आपके आम आदमी हैं जो सेलिब्रेट कर रहे हैं कि बीजेपी जीतने वाली है, और ये बात सही है कि अभी बहुत टाइम है, हमें वेट करना चाहिए. बीजेपी सेलिब्रेट करेगी, जब दिल्ली सेलिब्रेट करेगी शाम को, तो बीजेपी भी सेलिब्रेट करेगी. और तहसीन भाई से मैं बोलूँगा कि कांग्रेस के रिवाइवल के लिए एक ही चीज़ पॉसिबल है. तहसीन भाई, सिर्फ एक चीज़ अगर कांग्रेस कर दे कि किसी तरह से राहुल गांधी को रिप्लेस करके तहसीन भाई को वहाँ पे ला दिया जाए, तो यस, कांग्रेस का रिवाइवल पॉसिबल है. अदरवाइज मुझे कहीं दूर दूर तक कोई रास्ता नहीं दिखता. तो जो कांग्रेस पे आप लोग डिस्कशन कर रहे थे, उसमें सिर्फ यही कहना चाहूंगा कि तहसीन भाई अगर उस डायनेस्टी पॉलिटिक्स को खत्म कर पाए, लेकिन वो होगी नहीं, क्योंकि राहुल के बाद रोहन वाड्रा रेड्डी है. अनफॉर्चुनेट ये है. अदरवाइज द बेस्ट ऑप्शन फॉर कांग्रेस इज तहसीन भाई.
नहीं तो परवेश वर्मा क्या है भाई, डायनेस्टी आप लोग करते रहते हैं, वो भी तो चीफ मिनिस्टर के बेटे ही है ना. Anyway, we just saw pictures of some celebrations outside the Aam Aadmi Party office. Those were celebrations of Arvind Kejriwal leading in his seat. हाँ बोलिए मिश्रा जी.
I would like to respond to the
मैं
BJP
तो सिर्फ ये कह रहा हूँ कि अब
counterpart.
देखिए आम आदमी पार्टी के लोग सेलिब्रेट करने लगे हैं, तो मुझे लगता है कि आम आदमी पार्टी के स्पोक्स पर्सन को सोचना चाहिए कि अब अरविंद केजरीवाल की अपनी सीट पर जीत होने की बढ़त की वजह से आम आदमी पार्टी के लोग सेलिब्रेट कर रहे हैं. आम आदमी पार्टी कहां से कहां पहुंच गई, ये सोचने की बात है. आपको ये सोचना पड़ेगा कि अरविंद केजरीवाल क्या सपना दिखा करके दिल्ली में आए थे. आम आदमी पार्टी आज के समय में दिल्ली की राजनीति में एक डूबता हुआ सूरज है और भारत की राजनीति में माननीय मोदी जी एक उगता हुआ सूरज और अभी तक है. ये सबसे बड़ी बात है. और जिस तरह का इंप्रेशन अरविंद केजरीवाल ने दिल्ली के राजनीति दिल्ली के लोगों को दिखाया था, जो सपना दिखाया था, उस सपने को अरविंद केजरीवाल ने खुद तोड़ा है. तो जो करेगा वही पाएगा, तेरा किया आगे आएगा, सुख दुख है क्या फल कर्मों का, जैसी करनी वैसी भरनी. तो अरविंद केजरीवाल ने जो बोया है वो वही काट रहे हैं. दिल्ली की जनता ने उन्हें बहुत मौका दिया, पर अनफॉर्चुनेटली दिल्ली के साथ.
डॉक्टर कुशल,
अभी मेन राउंड जो है जब पलटता है खेल जो है वो अभी शुरू है, तो थोड़ा धैर्य और रखेंगे. 1-1.5 घंटा मुझे लगता है और रहने से ठीक रहेगा, है ना कैप्टन भैया.
It's interesting. Alka Lamba is saying that 1-1.5 घंटा लगेगा, खेल पलट भी सकता है. बट लावण्या, कांग्रेस के लिए तो खेल नहीं पलट सकता ना. I mean, that's very clear. The Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP can make this argument. Let's wait for an hour. For the Congress, there is, I mean, the picture is clear. What is Alka Lamba talking about?
Alka Lamba is testing the elections as well, and every candidate, I'm sure, is hopeful of increasing the numbers, increasing the number of votes that they gain, or generally it is about the vote share increase. I would like to tell my BJP counterpart to stick to his lane and talk about his party, and not about the number of dynasties in my party, because BJP's huge number of leaders, I'm sure he's not aware, especially in Karnataka, a huge number of leaders are dynasts. So if you're going to talk about dynasts, sir, clean up your own house before you comment of the Congress party, and stick to talking about your party and not making personal comments about my party leaders.
I'll let the BJP
It's not about
spokesperson
personal comment
respond to
because
that.
your,
Dr. Kushal,
the channel was
essentially she's making the
channel
point
was discussing for
everyone
long
is
time.
making out.
Around 10 minutes it was
You can't
discussion
talk
on the
about
Congress.
dynastic politics. हाँ, बोलिए.
Shreya, I have commented because we are discussing Congress party for around 5 minutes, and that is why it is my advice for Congress that replace Rahul Gandhi with Tehseen Poonawala. Probably that will be the better future of the Congress, not the Rahul Gandhi or Rohan Wagner. And regarding dynasty politics, we have clarified multiple times. Dynasty politics means
You are a nobody to advise the Congress party, sir.
बोलिए.
You should advise your party leaders.
Somebody is interrupting.
I interrupted, sir.
That's the Congress spokesperson.
Because I can advise.
That's
it's
the
your
Congress
choice
spokesperson. Her
whether
number
you
is,
take
her
it
name
or
is
don't take
Lavanya.
it. It's your choice. Being
You should
Lavanya, I think I have full right to advise to anyone, any counterpart. Okay, and regarding dynasty politics, we have clarified multiple times that in any of the state of the BJP, there is no repetition of dynasty politics. It is always, yes, those who are working in the party like a worker, they have full right to become a chief minister or anybody. But show me. But if you see the Congress starting from Jawaharlal Nehru, Indira ji, Rajiv ji, Rahul Gandhi, Sonia Gandhi, Vadra, this is what is dynasty politics. If you don't understand, because
Dr. Mishra, can I remind you that Lavanya is from Karnataka?
Of the country, I have full right to advise.
No, let me respond to you. You have full right.
Dr. Mishra, let Lavanya respond because she is from Karnataka.
You advise my party leaders.
And Karnataka's BJP is filled with dynasts.
I'm sorry?
She's not defensive, she's just making a point. Acha, Lavanya.
Whole country, I am not here. I am not here for one state or one place. I am saying regarding whole country, whole party. If you compare
If
the
you would stop
party,
your monologue.
where you find
If you would
the
stop your
Congress is full
monologue.
of dynasty politics and
If you would
BJP has
stop
no
your monologue,
dynasty
let others
lineage.
Okay, Dr.
That
Mishra.
is the clear. And Tehseen is
Dr.
enjoying
Mishra,
the tea.
we'll let Lavanya counter your point, please.
Yes, I would like
I
to.
don't
I
look
would like
and I'll
to-
get Tehseen in a bit, but Lavanya wants to counter
Yes,
you.
please.
Yes, I would like to say, despite his monologue, it is
Yes,
very
please.
clear
Yes,
he's
please.
unaware of his own party leaders in entire India. Let me talk about South Indian politics for him. In Karnataka, we have BJP leaders who have not contributed a single day to the party, but it's the MLAs and MPs from the BJP party. If he's talking about contribution, I would like to ask him about dynasty politics that exists in BCCI, which is extended all the way to the International Cricket Association, right? I would like to know what is Mr. Jay Shah doing? What is his contribution in any way to this nation? Forget about cricket, that he is being escalated to that post. Mr. The BJP spokesperson, you have all rights to advise your leaders. You have zero rights to advise leaders from other political parties,
Okay.
sir. Please stick to your lane and please
Okay,
stop
Lavanya.
making wild allegations.
Acha, theek hai. Now, we have leads. The Election Commission has put out leads in all 70 seats, ladies and gentlemen. Has Delhi already decided? Yes, it's only 2.5 hours. There are votes that still need to be counted. I get all of that. But the leads that the Bharatiya Janata Party has, well, the difference between the Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP is quite a bit. The Bharatiya Janata Party leading in 43 seats, the Aam Aadmi Party leading in 27 seats. The Congress Party leading in 0 seats. Anyhow, the BJP spokesperson had a suggestion for the Congress Party, which Lavanya didn't take very well, but do you want to respond to it, given that you were directly named in it?
I just want the elections and us to focus on the elections. And I want to only be stuck to being in Mirror Now Studios, which is my favorite.
No, you can come and anchor only. You can be a prime-time anchor. We'll be happy to have you.
Congress party lead करने की demand आ रही है BJP से. You are saying he should anchor.
Anchor में क्या करूँगा?
He has to now be
I know.
everywhere.
We are entering the world of the gig economy, where
Yeah, gig economy.
one person has to hold
Shreya
multiple
wants
jobs.
me to work 90 hours a day a week.
Yes.
You know, there's a new survey
That says.
that says, I mean, I don't know who they
Shreya, we
surveyed,
spent-
but it says that
Shreya,
people
we
are actually
spent
happier working
70% of this
and
debate
in weekdays and on
which has not
weekdays.
crossed
I know. I'm coming to you. I myself was going to ask that question. Why are we even talking about the Congress Party?
That's not a fair thing to say. It is the principal opposition party of the.
It is in a nation. It is a nation. Yeah.
Dismiss the Congress. I
ठीक है,
think
ठीक है.
like completely irrelevant in Delhi.
अरे भाई 70% airtime
My-
हुआ कहाँ है? It's going to be
I'm
a
sorry,
long
but
day for
Mr.
us.
Modi
Yeah, and
spends-
it is
Mr.
the
Modi
principal. It is
spends-
the oldest political party.
No,
The
Mr.
country
Modi
it is.
spends 80% of his time in speeches attacking Rahul Gandhi. If the Congress
Exactly.
is so irrelevant, why does Mr. Modi keep
I
attacking
would-
Rahul Gandhi? I mean,
I would
I think this
request
dismissal of
Mr.
Congress by the
Poonawala-
BJP spokespersons is a
Acha,
bit
chalo.
condescending
I
and
would-
unnecessary.
हाँ. Go ahead. What would you
Okay.
want to request him?
Yeah. What is your request, sir? Sir, please give me your request.
I would request Mr. Poonawala to stop living in that legacy, stop living in that 125 साल पुरानी पार्टी है, दीक्षित जी का टाइम तो स्वर्ग था, 12 साल से आप लोगों को एक सिंगल सीट नहीं आई है, आप you guys have not even crossed double digit in terms of vote percentage.
सर एक
और
काम करो ना, वो
please
16
go
नंबर
seriously
बता दीजिए ना
introspect.
कहाँ से फोन आया.
Please go.
Send me those 16
Please
numbers.
go
ना, bro.
seriously introspect.
First, seriously send the 16 numbers, my friend. Send those 16 numbers who called.
Sir,
For 15
Mr.
crores,
Poonawala,
15 lakh नहीं मिलेंगे.
are you
ठीक है.
a part of any investigative agency? Are you part of any investigative agency?
No, I'm not part of the hit and run agency that's called Aam Aadmi Party.
अच्छा ठीक है. Guys, can I just quickly go to? I'll come back to you, Ashutosh. I know you want to know why we are speaking of the Congress Party and not of the AAP and the BJP, which were the principal players in this election. We'll come back to that conversation, but you know it's going to be a long day.
And we've spoken
and
earlier of the
we are
AAP
going to be here 12 hours.
Correct.
तो कुछ तो बात करनी है ना. कितनी कांग्रेस और बीजेपी और आपकी बात करेंगे. Just give me a minute here though. CR Kesavan, national spokesperson of the BJP, is joining us on the broadcast as well. Mr. Kesavan, is it time to congratulate you officially Or do you, like the Aam Aadmi Party, are waiting for another hour before you finally come out and declare that you've won? I want to ask you, how much longer do you think you want to wait?
Good morning to you and all my fellow panelists. These are early trends, but very, very welcome trends, and I'm very sure that these trends will hold. And the people of Delhi seem to have blessed Prime Minister Modi ji and the BJP to govern after 27 long years. And I think post noon, I think the picture will be very clear, and I think probably we'll consolidate on the numbers we're seeing now, even from the Election Commission. As far as this trend goes and the takeaways go, I think, like I said, I think this is a very strong reiteration of trust and faith of the people, 1.5 crore people of Delhi, in Modi ji's guarantee of a vibrant and Viksit Delhi. And equally, this is also a rejection of a decade of misrule, deception, deceit, drama of the Aam Aadmi Party. And the Aam Aadmi Party betrayed the people of Delhi. They virtually bankrupted the Delhi government and failed people in all fronts. So I think to succinctly sum it up, I think the people of Delhi, while having blessed Modi ji, have also vanquished the virus of the Aam Aadmi Party. And this government of AAP for the last 10, 11 years was the most bizarre government in the history of Indian politics. Have we ever seen any instance where a department, two departments of the Delhi government issue public notices saying what the Aam Aadmi Party leaders in government were saying were fraudulent and misleading, and the people should be careful? This was, and see how the courts came down on this government, be it on the not extending the Ayushman Bharat scheme of the central government. The court said this government, the AAP government, is bankrupt, and why are you stopping this elders being treated through this treatment? And similarly, this when it came to the schools, they said it was a mess in Northeast Delhi. So I think, and more importantly, I want to say, the distinguishing factor will be corruption-free governance, because Modi ji has given for the last 10 years, and AAP has been synonymous with scandal, scams and sheesh mahal. And you see the CAG reports. I'm sure that once we form the government and the first assembly session is convened, like the Prime Minister has said, the CAG reports will be tabled, and Aam Aadmi Party and Mr. Kejriwal will have to account for every single rupee of the Delhi taxpayer money which they kind of misused. The CAG reports
Mr.
on which
Kesavan.
Mr. Kejriwal
Mr. Kesavan, you are talking about a wipeout of the Aam Aadmi Party. Mr. Kesavan, you are talking about the wipeout of the Aam Aadmi Party, and yes, maybe we should wait till 11:30, 12 before we say anything, surely and decisively. But at 28 seats, and they have leads in 28 seats, it's really not a wipeout. Have they lost? Yes, they have lost. But a wipeout is 8 seats. A wipeout is 0 seats, like the Congress is facing. The Aam Aadmi Party with 28 seats doesn't seem to have been swept out of Delhi at all.
I think you should hold on to your horses, because we are looking at the Election Commission sites and other reports. I think the margins are very, very different, and I think if you see the final outcome, it will be. I mean, I'm talking about the margins within the seats. No, I'm not talking about margins within the seats. I'm talking about number of seat margin, and I am categorically saying that it will be a categorical rejection of the Aam Aadmi Party, because the people are fed up of their drama and their duplicity.
Okay, Election Commission websites, there's a revision in their numbers. Out of 70 seats, for the first time, the Aam Aadmi Party is leading in 30 seats.
Okay.
So, but Ruhi, you were making a point about margins, right?
Yeah, so I think what's important is to see what are the margins within seats. For instance, the 10 seats that the BJP is leading in. If the margins are low, it can turn either way. I think that's maybe in some seats that has happened, which is why the Aam Aadmi Party has gone up to 30.
30, yeah.
So these, and in a small assembly and in small electorates like Delhi, that becomes very important. So I think that margin is key before we can declare anything. But yeah, directionally it has been going in one direction since the morning.
Since
one
morning,
cannot
The
deny.
direction hasn't changed.
Yes.
The direction hasn't changed.
Except
but
for Mr. Kejriwal, from trailing, he's now leading.
That
from what I
happens in
understand.
individual
It happened with
seats.
Mr.
It
Modi.
happened with Prime
Mr.
Minister
Modi,
in
I remember.
Varanasi.
Yeah, it happened. Can I then just get in Ashutosh? Ashutosh C.R. Kesavan has said essentially it is corruption that will ensure the Aam Aadmi Party's defeat in this election. I agree with you. Let's wait till 11:30, 12 before we say anything, decisively. But would you want to respond to what Mr. Keswan is saying?
No, Shreya, I think what we are talking about is a government which got historic three mandates, and it was not like any 40-30 kind of thing. We got like 62 seats in 2020 elections. We got 67 seats in 2015 elections. And what we are talking about is a merely 12-year-old party. I would still suggest Mr. Keswan and the BJP not to embarrass themselves with statements which can later turn very, very embarrassing for them. These are still very early trends. I agree that this is a close fight, but as we can already follow on the website, the margins are very, very thin. Some of the trails which I'm seeing based on our ground reports are less than 200, 300 votes. So I think the picture will become a lot more clearer in next 2 hours, and we'll then talk about whether it was anti-incumbency or whether it's a strong pro-incumbency towards the Aam Aadmi Party.
You want to comment?
Look, there's no pro-incumbency towards the Aam Aadmi Party. The fact of the matter is, the logic that the Aam Aadmi Party said that, look, Arvind Kejriwal ji or the Aam Aadmi Party won 3 times. In fact, actually, they won 4 times. But even if you say 3 times, the historic thing, by that same logic, then how can we in opposition criticize the BJP? Then Prime Minister won 3 times. That's not the logic. The logic is, why are you failing today? And the logic why the Aam Aadmi Party is failing is in 2011, 2012, they made serious allegations on Sheila Dikshit, none of which they could substantiate. They got that sympathy. Having said that, and the opportunity to serve the people of Delhi, what has the last 2 months been? And when I've got the opportunity to come to Mirror now, unsubstantiated evidences of Arvind Kejriwal ji being assassinated by Delhi police, a genocide, no evidence. Now these 16 people, no evidence of that. One random number being given out. That person's also said, I got a missed call, so I called back on the number. If somebody's made 16 calls to you, shouldn't you be filing 16 complaints as we spoke yesterday? So 16 FIRs are filed, refusing to cooperate with the ACB. It's all been a mess. And I think that panic is what's turned off the people of Delhi. People haven't seen this kind of politics. In 2012, 13, maybe there was anti-Congress or anti-UPA sentiment, so they took a wrong with it. Nobody was willing to believe there was a genocide in Delhi. There was murder happening. And that panic, I think, has cost the Aam Aadmi Party dearly. I think they would be better they be humble today and reflect what they have lost. They had an opportunity as a startup to bring about phenomenal change in the country. They ended up being the same that they did. And the kind of policies that they made, the kind of governance that they did, and the non-fulfilling promises. Forget Delhi. Punjab, why haven't they given the women 1,000 rupees? Who's stopping them in Punjab? They haven't done that. What is law and order in Punjab? Less than the national average. So it's very bad to come on national TV and blame everybody but yourself for the defeat.
We don't know if it's a defeat yet.
I can
the
tell.
Aam Aadmi Party is not conceding defeat.
But they won't concede.
I think the problem with the Aam Aadmi Party is that while Mr. Kejriwal is an astute politician, he's learnt the ropes of politics very fast, he still lacks governance maturity. I think that has been the problem with the Aam Aadmi Party, because when you don't have administrative experience through your ranks, that shows in how you're governing any state. Punjab is an example. Delhi has been an example.
But when the BJP began, it was exactly that. There was, not Narendra Modi. He came in as the chief minister, but, it was often said that he was a general. He was the army chief without capable generals.
Shreya, you cannot compare the BJP, which is a decades old party, to the Aam Aadmi Party, which is a very, very new entrant. BJP has a weak bench strength, yes, but it had a prime minister who had governed a state. It had Amit Shah, who had been minister in Gujarat. So I don't think it's a fair comparison. I mean, BJP knows how to rule. It's been in power in many states. It's not just not just Gujarat, it had been in power in other states as well. Aam Aadmi Party does lack governance experience. And I think that's something that they need to acknowledge and work towards. It's fine. It's okay. I mean, you were a maverick, you're a street fighter, you've managed to break into the scene very well, you've managed to hold on to your base. I would still maintain Aam Aadmi Party has a strong base among the economically disadvantaged, the poor, but it needs to understand that governance is beyond just giving freebies and beyond just taking on your main opponent. It has to have more maturity. ठहराव होना चाहिए जब आप govern.
Correct.
That's important.
Yeah, the kind of behavior with the LG also. You've had Sheila ji as chief minister.
No,
of the BJP.
Tehseen, the LG did trouble the Aam Aadmi Party.
Yes, I did. I agree he did.
Let's not whitewash.
The BJP has been quite an irritant.
Of course, it's been an irritant. But you are in politics. Were they not irritants when they came in politics? The Aam Aadmi Party?
I mean,
So you will get that. You are in politics to get that. But you can't fight with anyone and everyone. At some point, you got to go meet, compromise, and get things going. Every time can't be a street fight. Street fights are good when you're building a party to come into government. Government cannot be about street fights. You see the terror, what she said is a very right word. It can't be. What is the anger with people with parliament? There's street fights going on. There's no
But
talking.
how will that terror? I'll let Ashutosh answer that question. But how will that terror come if the deputy chief minister is sent to jail, another senior minister is sent to jail, and the chief minister is also sent to jail? What is the terror we are talking about? And the fact is that the LG did disrupt Delhi's
absolutely.
administration.
Absolutely.
And
That's
BJP has made life very difficult for the Aam
go
Aadmi
ahead,
Party.
please.
No doubt about it.
Shreya, if you just look at the last 2 years of how it has gone for the Aam Aadmi Party, right? When all our leaders were jailed, all the investigative agencies were behind us for a case which didn't hold any ground when it came to Supreme Court. Supreme Court in its ruling said that there is no shred of evidence against Aam Aadmi Party. You literally just follow the events of last 72 hours when, in spite of complaint going from Aam Aadmi Party, the ACB arrives at our ex-chief minister's residence without a legal notice. That's literally last 24 hours of what we are talking about. And still we have managed to be in Delhi, stay in power for 3 consecutive times. I'm still saying it's too early to call it off. We still have a couple of hours to go before the picture becomes clearer. So let's not jump into conclusions. And I think it's just like absolutely laughable when Mr. Poonawalla is trying to defend the Lieutenant Governor of Delhi, because it's widely known, it's accepted that the way LG has disrupted the governance in Delhi, and I mean, it's just laughable. It's not even up for discussion.
I just like one line. I absolutely agree with you that the LG's disrupted it. I absolutely agree with you. Arvind Kejriwal ji and Manish Sisodia ji should not have been in jail. I've been on Mirror now defending their liberty. I've been with Kapil Sibal. We are the NGOs that were fighting the cases. I've been for all those briefings. That's not the issue. You have a government in Punjab, a full-fledged government in Punjab with no LG interrupting. You haven't fulfilled your promise. The only thing you do is you don't look for solutions. You look for destruction. You disrupted in Haryana. You don't even know. There was a negotiation going on for Haryana. I said this on your show last night. You all asked for 6 seats. The Congress offered 4. You all didn't want to compromise on 5. You all declared 90 seats. You all are not ready to talk. That is the problem.
Okay.
That immaturity is the problem.
Give me a minute. Nalin Kohli of the... Ultimately, batana to padega. If these numbers hold, then you may be in a position to form the government by the end of the day today. If that happens, who's your chief ministerial face? Is it going to be Parvesh Verma, or are you going to spring a surprise?
This is a stock question, and I think the Bharatiya Janata Party's central leadership has a very tried and trusted way of deciding once the legislators are chosen. So we wait for that. But I would like to answer on a previous point. If the Aam Aadmi Party is claiming to be holier than thou, why are they not tabling the CAG report? What did Prime Minister Modi ji say? He says if the people of Delhi bless the BJP in the first assembly session, the CAG report will be tabled so that each and every rupee misused by AAP is accounted for. Aam Aadmi Party in the earlier days, they righted on CAG reports, making a hue and cry here. The CAG report on the liquor Sam's case, more than rupees 2,000 crore revenue loss. And what did the CAG report on the Sheesh Mahal say? 33.6 crores and intoxicated with power. They were building mini bars and gold commode toilets during COVID. And this is the reason why they have been punished today, because they failed the people of Delhi, and in the garb of simplicity and, being honest, this was the most dishonest party, and their lies have been called out today. So today, to sit here in a studio, results may be firmed up or not, but people of Delhi have seen through the hypocrisy of the Aam Aadmi Party, and the Aam Aadmi Party has been resolutely rejected by the people, and they will be confined to the dustbin of history going forward. And one more thing, with regard to the Congress and Aam Aadmi Party coming, despite them being together in an unnatural alliance, we would remember Ajay Makanji calling Kejriwal an anti-national. The BJP had polled 54.35% vote, and in the last 3 Lok Sabha elections, we won all the 7 seats. So I think that needs to be countered too.
That's true. Yeah, but India has shown us that it usually votes one way in a general election and quite the other way in the state election. In this case, that dichotomy dichotomy, it seems,
Yes.
is resolving itself. But Mr. Kesavan, I'll let the Aam Aadmi Party representative on the show respond to your charges. But can you say that the Aam Aadmi Party has been relegated to the dustbins of history? If the numbers stand, 30 is not exactly being relegated to the dustbins of history, or Delhi rejecting the Aam Aadmi Party. Out of 70 seats, they have a lead in 30.
I'm not getting into the nitty-gritty of the numbers. I'm talking on a larger principle level. Delhi, they thought was their god, and they will expand going out in Punjab. Like Mr. Poonawalla has correctly said,
Correct.
they have failed and betrayed people on all the promises. You look at Yamuna, he had the gall to say Yamuna is not a vote getting issue. Look at the roads. Look at the children due to stagnant water dying in coaching centers, people dying of electric shocks. Look at the landfills. Look at the polluted air. I mean, is this the kind of governance you promised? I'm saying that they are going to be relegated because they have turned, this is a Jekyll and Hyde story. They claim to be something and they have completely failed the people, and betrayed is the word. It's not failed. So you please wait. Going forward, see what happens to the Aam Aadmi Party, not just in Delhi, and see what happens to them in Haryana and in Punjab going forward.
Ashutosh, I think it's only fitting I give you a chance to respond. Essentially, the charge coming from Tehseen here, coming from the Congress party, coming from the BJP is, AAP is full of drama, too much drama, but too little work.
Shreya, drama, too little work, betrayal doesn't get you 62 out of 70 seats after being in power for 8 years. I would still suggest everyone not to make statements which can later turn embarrassing for them. As I'm looking at the website, the leads have now narrowed. Aam Aadmi Party now is leading on about 32, and like our ground reports are saying that we are actually in lead for the first time. We are at about 30 seats, right? 36 seats right now. So I would still urge everyone not to make statements which are, of course, not just laughable, but can be later embarrassing for you guys. You don't get 90% seats when you have not worked for people. You do it. The people of this country are smart. The people of Delhi are smart. They know who is good for them, and they'll definitely choose Aam Aadmi Party again. You are here. I am here. Mr. Poonawalla is here. A couple of hours from now, we'll be talking about the Aam Aadmi Party forming government in Delhi again for the 4th consecutive time.